Hi, very good afternoon to you. How are you doing, Rajni?
Yeah, good afternoon. Yeah, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How about you?
I'm doing superbly well. Thank you so much there, Rajni. And how's your day shaping up?
It's been good. I have done everything what was in my to-do list. So I have
Mhm.
completed after this session in the evening around 5 I'll go to play badminton. Yeah.
Okay, so what's there in your to-do list every day? Anything special or it's a routine thing?
Yeah, every like the things we I do usually like every day sessions, then study, then editing a video, making a thumbnail. Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. All right. Okay. So in that case, if I talk about the journey that you're having with English Yari, how's that going? Is it helping you out well? Is it making you more confident, comfortable with English? Are those two C's working for you now?
Yeah, absolutely. I have met new tutors nowadays, like three or four new tutors. So, and they are really well, I think, a lot of experience and seasoned trainers, and they help me a lot in my pronunciation part. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it is somewhere adding values in my life.
All right, good. So that's great to hear. And in that case, let's just now move on in the session with the document that we are going to discuss today. Can you
Mm-hmm.
brief me about what we're going to discuss today, Rashni?
Can you see me?
Yes, I can see you.
Okay, yeah. Yes. Uh, the topic importance of arts, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Yes. So, what do you
Yeah,
think? What is arts according to you?
arts is whatever has been created till now, the creative things I guess in humans life
Okay.
is called
All right.
arts. Hmm.
Okay. And how much that word fascinates you?
A lot, I guess, a lot, because it fascinates me. I was there in school, then I used to draw a lot, I used to do paintings.
Mm-hmm.
And if a person is good, if a person has a creative mind, he can create even a proper history for himself. So, and which people also remember for many years. So it
Mm-hmm.
is something a good thing which in that you can just follow, and you can make your career also in that uh, field itself. So it
Mm-hmm.
fascinates me a lot. And nowadays I'm just when I create a thumbnail especially for my YouTube video, I found myself engrossed in it for 1 hour.
Mm-hmm.
So somewhere it you disconnect for some time from the outer world, and you live there in the moment, and you it is
Mm-hmm.
kind of a meditation. I have heard many in many videos, like people say, there is a one thing that you can do meditation, other meditation when you are very totally engrossed in your work. That is a meditation kind of for you. So if you are in art field, anything whatever you are doing and you are enjoying and engrossed in that, that is good for your health also, and it makes you happy.
Okay, right. Now that's the key word that I wanted to hear from you from a long thing that I've asked. Now it really makes you happy. It gives you that inner soul of yourself wherein you want to put in your everything and you come up with a good meditative person and a good relaxing soul and a calm mind there. So that brings a lot of positivity indeed in a person. Okay, so that is where are you fond of something called as art? Is there anything that you have developed over the course of time from the time when you were very small and to the time that you are now? Is there anything that you liked doing? Something spiritual or something very basic or something very extraordinary of yourself, Rashmi?
I think it is basic. When I was in
Mm-hmm.
school, I used to dance, I used to paint, and
Mm-hmm.
I used to sing too. And
Okay.
I think I was into this art field totally. But then in 12th standard, our principal made us to just study, study, study all the time. So since then I am not, I guess, not singing. I haven't participated in dance too, but yeah, in college life also I participated in dance, but not in singing. And painting also, I guess I just left at that time, before 12th, I guess. And after that I just do only when it is required for a file purpose, when you have to complete your assignments, all those.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, whenever I do, I enjoy a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Once I joined music classes when I was in 11th standard. In 12th again I left, and in college time I joined art classes too, because I found
Mm-hmm.
myself engrossed in those, and I feel happy while doing this art. So,
Mm-hmm.
but little bit I must say, like, I am a beginner in this field, and I am not following for a longer period of time, but I'm using that art in my making thumbnails now.
Okay. Okay. Somewhere down the line, you connect with that. Somewhere down the
Mhm.
line, you feel that this is something which I really love doing and I love spending time with. Okay.
Yeah.
But then that seems that you are a multi-talented person. Then if you're singing, you're dancing at the same time, you're painting, and then
Mhm.
you are also doing a lot of arts there. So that makes you a very versatile person, Rajni.
I think so, but I'm not doing anymore. I'm just applying this art painting skills in making thumbnail, not other like dancing and singing. No, no more.
All right. Okay. So,
Mhm.
do you feel that when I talk about arts, this is something which is a mandate in every person's life? Because I have seen a lot of people, they are not very fond of these things. They're saying that it's just a waste of time, or probably we do not like doing it. So, do you find that this is something which every person should have it? Because it gives the calm mind and soul for a person? If yes,
Mhm.
why?
Okay, I think it is because of the lack of awareness and
Okay.
mindfulness, because nowadays we have to be very, people are not cautious and mindful and not aware. I come from a village, so in village areas, awareness, lack of awareness is the major reason. They feel like just study, get a job, work hard. All these things are important in life. Playing there outside is not important at all. If boys and
Mm-hmm.
girls go out and play there, they always scold them. Why are you wasting your time? Go and study. Why are you going there? So it is kind of like playing is again soothes your mind. It gives you energy again. Okay, but I was in Navodaya, so there was already a particular time slot for playing. So I feel like
Mm-hmm.
students must play every day. But in villages, people don't allow, families, like parents, even don't allow students to go out and play for some time in the evening. So I feel that is lack of awareness first. That's why people don't follow. Second, yeah, again, it requires after some time, like at a beginner level, it is okay if you are in school or in college, you are participating in dance, singing, or painting. That is okay. That is kind of a hobby. We consider it as a hobby. I love to do that. But after
Mm-hmm.
that, people say like you need a lot of proper attention to it in it. And if you wanna make a career in this, you have to spend a lot of money too. Like if I wanna become a singer, so there is a lot of again competition, require a
Mm-hmm.
lot of money to get my good career in that field. So that's why I guess family or parents feel insecure in this field. If you are going to become a player, singer, dancer, it is a difficult task to go with you always.
Anything which is away from academics is a point where your
Yes,
parents might not
yes,
support you for that
yeah,
matter. Okay.
yeah.
So do you think that there's a shift in the mentality of parents, like the time that you had probably, and then the time that I had probably in my childhood days, from that point of time to now, the new parents, okay? Do you think there's a shift of interest? Do you think there's a shift of art? Are the parents more tilted towards it? Do they encourage their kids for the same? And why, if they do so?
Yes, there is a huge change I have seen, because nowadays I am a learner, so I am talking to many other learners too, and most of them are housewives. So always when they talk with they share about their kids too. So I
Mm-hmm.
have heard many housewives are like saying like after this I'll take my son to the art class, to the music class, to the swimming class, basically, because
Mm-hmm.
in my childhood there was no swimming class at all. So I have heard that, and there is a huge change, and I guess it is because of the social media when they see other students thriving and achieving their goals in these fields, like uh, in playing and music and dance, then they consider it as a career or as a good career, like their students should be in this field. So abacus, I have heard about abacus too, for being very intelligent. Parents take their students to these classes too, again. And yeah, I guess it is because of the social media, I guess the change is there.
Okay. Yeah, it's more like the influence of the Western culture is
Mhm.
more on Indian culture now, probably. That is one of the major factor where parents are now more tilted towards exploring the art skills in their kids and upscaling that in part. Of course, academics are an important factor, but then now equal consideration is being given to
Yes.
the art section as well. All right.
Yeah.
So, do you feel that there are some positive ways of coming up to art? There are some positive reasons why a person should pursue art. Do you feel that? If you don't talk about kids, probably they're very small for that matter, but then if you talk about adults, if you talk about
Mm-hmm.
teenagers, if they are engrossed in any kind of an art, is that going to help them out in any way? Does that give a positive impact on their life as well to an extent? Do you feel that?
Yes, yes, I feel that it enhances our mood. At the same time, it gives it promotes the mental and emotional well-being. And moreover, if I talk about if a person is engrossed in arts, it helps us in connecting and making good connections with the social world. Like they have a great command over becoming making connections, good connections with others.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what else, it helps in making
It helps
people.
in the cognitive development of a person, of course. That is again one of the very important thing that a person should be considerate about. And then I feel that the person exactly can connect to the inner soul, because if
Yes,
you
so
are
yes.
pursuing something which you really love doing, which you really
Mm-hmm.
find peaceful, that is something where you give your 100%, and that is
Mm-hmm.
somewhere down the line makes you feel fledged about yourself, that yes,
Mm-hmm.
legit, I am able to do this, and this is something that
Yeah.
I should be doing it to calm myself down. Because when I
Mm-hmm.
talk about myself, if I share my experience with you, talking to people and helping them improve their communicative skills, this has been my passion always. Always, this has been my passion. And since I have taken it up as a career, I literally enjoy doing this work. So even if I'm sitting in
Wow.
front of my system for 8 hours a day and training different candidates here, I might not feel bored, because every new person there in front of me is somebody as a new person, and that is where I love interacting with them. So do you feel that this is something which literally calms yourself down when you are connected to your arts, when you're connected to something that you love?
Absolutely, yeah. I agree with this point. It soothes, it helps you. I mean, it is not just about arts, it is about like you are following your passion. So you are already
Mm-hmm.
enjoying that, and when you are enjoying, you are living the fullest, right? So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
totally believe in this. I also do this,
Okay.
and sometimes when I talk to many learners, I feel like I'm not that much good at it. I can help only beginners, but still I feel when I do it. So and in
Mm-hmm.
because of that reason, I'm just learning this language, and I want to become the proficient one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have
Mm-hmm. All right.
experienced it even.
Right. Okay. So if I talk about your school days, if I talk about your college days, do you remember any incident of that time wherein you were engrossed with any kind of art that you do? You got facilitated for that matter, and you were very happy. Your parents felt proud of it. Did it ever happen with you? Any such instances because of some co-curricular that you're doing? Of course, not academics, but any co-curricular that you're doing. How was that experience? If yes.
Hmm. I participated once, not twice, in singing competition, and once I won the third prize in that.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was in college, at that time I participated in painting. So then also
Mm-hmm.
I won a present, and not the competition. It was just an exhibition kind of stuff. So the main owner, the chief guest, gave the present and certificate there. So these are small memories I have.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. All right. Okay, so
Yes.
this is something which wherein you cherish it for lifetime, and that is somewhere down the line connected to the arts that you love doing.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So before I go forward in this session, Rajni, I would like to put the ball in your court. Do you have any question to ask me before I go forward in the session and take you through a bit of feedback that I have for you? Do you have anything to ask or say?
Uh, Personally, I would love to know about yourself. One thing that you mentioned, you love talking to, you love to help others in order to enhance English. What
Mhm.
else fascinates you?
What else fascinates me? See, one is this communicative thing that I really love doing for people.
Mm-hmm.
Second, a good skill that I have is counseling. I always want to connect with people. I'm a good person when it comes to interpersonal relationships.
Mm-hmm.
So even if I'm talking to a person who's very new to me, probably I'm meeting that person for the very first time, I get my minds connected there. And that is where I trying to work on their emotional background, trying to work on their professional background, help them out with anything that I know. This is something that is where I'm best at. Okay. So a lot of people feel comfortable when they're talking to me in terms of their emotional breakdowns, in terms of their family issues for that matter, or anything as a suffering they're having, or maybe if they're depressed for the matter of fact. So that is where I love connecting with them. Okay, and I love giving them advices, and I love helping them out if I can, of course, to my extent. So the another
Mm-hmm.
important key skill that I feel that I have is the counseling skills, because I feel that maybe people are connected with me, and that is why I do have a lot of people coming up to me and asking things if they want to. So I find that good. I find that
That's
peaceful when it's there.
great.
Yeah.
Ah, that's great. So, if you are in this field, you are doing this much, so you must be meeting many people. So, can I know the little difference between honesty and frankly? Like, someone asked me to ask a tutor, so you will get the exact answer, maybe. And a person like you who is meeting every day and connecting with too many people, so you can, I guess, give me the right answer of the honesty difference between honesty and frankly.
Difference between honestly and frankly. See, when I'm talking about frankly and honestly, somewhere down the line, it is something which is opinionated. Both of the things are opinionated. Okay, when you're
Mm-hmm.
talking to somebody, you are putting up your points and opinion there. So either of them are opinionated. Okay, when I'm talking about honestly, that is where I surely feel it. Okay, that is very prompt of it, that yes, this is what I feel, this is what I have it in my mind and soul, and I should be putting it up to you. Okay, and when
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about frankly speaking, this is somewhere down the line when I'm talking about the social ethics as well, that if I consider a lot of people there, and if I consider a lot of atmospheric things there, a lot of economical and social things there, this is something that should be done. All right. So
Mm-hmm.
one is what you connect from yourself, particularly that what exactly you think from the soul it is, and the other is
Mm-hmm.
that what you connect from yourself and obviously to your ambience there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But then either of the things which I feel is opinionative. All
Okay.
right. And it can be positive, it can be negative as well, Rashmi. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So that is where when you're putting up your opinion, you can do it honestly, you can do it frankly as well. Frank can be a
Mm-hmm.
little harsh, of course, because you are
Yeah.
cutthroat there. You're very outspoken for that matter, so that can be a little harsh. But then, honestly, when you're talking about something, this is something that you might not accept the fact, but then this is something that I have for you. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
leave it or buy it. That is something that comes up. That is something what I feel.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much for answering the question.
Hmm. Hmm.
It is great. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So now I just want to give you a bit of feedback that I have for you, Rashni. See, I always
Mm-hmm.
enjoy talking when are up there on screen because you are too energetic for that matter and you come up with all your expressions on the screen. So it's really good to interact with a person who's very responsive. So this is one good thing that I feel about you. Your non-verbal part is pretty strong. Your facial expressions, the way you use your hand movements, is something really, really strong. One thing that
Mm-hmm.
I might have given you this feedback before as well, I'll just repeat it again altogether, is related to the non-verbal part. And that is your eye contact. The moment you start thinking about something, or probably you get confused with something, or probably when you're just trying to put up your point in front of me. So that is
Mm-hmm.
where I would have told you this before as well. I'm repeating it
Yeah.
all over again that do not break your eye contact. Okay, because when
Okay.
you very oftenly break your eye contact and probably you look like this or certainly like this, the person might feel that you are not very confident from within.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now that is
Yeah.
secondary. The person can think that you are not very comfortable talking to me. That is secondary. Okay, and that must hardly matter to you. But then if it's
Mm-hmm.
counting on your confidence, you surely will not buy it, right? Because if you're going
Yeah.
in for an interview or you're giving any presentation, if you are
Mm-hmm.
breaking your eye contact there and if you are looking less unconfident, you surely won't be buying it, right? So
Yes.
I really want you to work on this part, that don't stare the person out of wits, of course,
Mm-hmm.
but then
Yeah.
yes, try to maintain and do not lose that healthy eye contact when you're talking to a person. So that's one thing that I would really want you to work on. And the second is that when you are not very comfortable with your conversation, try and avoid your fillers because they are very prominent. In fact, if I compare your last session with today's session, I feel that today you were using more fillers than the last session.
Okay.
Although you were not very comfortable with the last session, if I remember, you said that I don't know why I'm losing my track, Sidra. I don't know why I'm not able to put up my points. You were saying that repeatedly. But then even then, you were not using a lot of fillers as compared to today. Probably you were giving a lot of time to your mind to think and you were not compatible with your mind and your tongue there. That might be one of the reasons why you're using a lot of fillers.
Mm-hmm.
But then there were a lot of sounds like and so yeah and oh, so this is where when you frequently start using it, it might
Mm-hmm.
come out to be as a filler. Okay, maybe
Yes.
if you're
Yeah.
talking to somebody who's not very comfortable with the language, they might not counter it as a filler. But then if you're
Mm-hmm.
talking to somebody who's very, very professionate about this language, if you're talking and connecting with that person, it is going to be like soup. They're going to find it out. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that it is a filler that you're using. So probably these
Mm-hmm.
two are the major facts which I feel that you should be improvising upon, which is literally
Mm-hmm.
going to upscale your personality a lot, Rashmi, because I'm sure that soon you'll be pursuing a career for yourself. Soon you'll be getting into a lot of professional grounds there. So when I talk
Mm-hmm.
about nonverbal communication, it covers 70% of your conversation.
Oh.
30% is your verbal communication, what you are speaking. 70% is that how are you speaking? How are you reflecting yourself?
The way.
Okay, the way you talk, the way you look, the way you sound, the way you
Mm-hmm.
present. It's very, very important. Very important. And that is where I always tell people to be literally sure about the intonation part. When you're talking something important or when you're talking something generic, try to fluctuate yourself. Try
Okay.
to feel the language. That's more important. Don't just speak it for the sake of it. Feel the language. It will automatically come into your diet there. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so honestly speaking, I find really helpful when I'm working and when I'm talking to you in terms of giving you feedback. But then these are two major feedbacks that I really want you to start working on. Your eye contact, because you oftenly break it, very frequently you break it. I don't know why. The moment you start thinking about something, it's like, okay, okay. And that is where, you know what, that exactly breaks the entire connection of you and your audience. And because it
Mm-hmm.
is 101, it's 101, I'm totally engrossed in the session with you. And that is where when I
Mm-hmm.
find Rajni saying, yeah, so yes, and that is where I'm like, okay, why is she not looking at me? Okay, why is she not into the communication there? Okay. So that is
Yeah.
where it is one important thing, and second is the fillers. Fillers is something that a person should say no to. Speak slow,
Mhm.
speak slow, go comfortable with your pace. Don't rush in your conversation. Get it
Mhm.
compatible, your mind and your tongue. You'll stop using filler sounds, trust me. Okay? So these were
Yeah.
two major feedbacks which I find that I should be giving you, and you should be working on that. Rashmi.
Okay. Okay.
Rest, you're
Thank you
doing
so
good.
much.
You're doing good.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I am also not satisfied with my performance nowadays. But yeah, I need to work. Yes. Thank you so much
Mhm.
for providing the feedback.
Of course, and I'm surely going to look up for some good sessions with you wherein I find you more comfortable and more
Mhm.
confident. Remember these two C's. You have to be comfortable and you have to be confident when it comes to any language. And because we're talking about
Okay.
English here, so this is going to be all about English. Right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Rajni. So that is where it was a really nice session with you. Looking forward for many more like this.
Yeah. Yeah. Same here. Thank you so much.
Okay, bye bye. Take care. Good day.
Bye bye.